Hey, everybody. Welcome to another program from the Center for Teaching and Learning here at CTCC. I'm Mary. I'm your librarian and your CTL coordinator. And this past week, we talked about setting academic goals for the year. I know a lot of your goals are probably either, setting your annual self-appraisals, or your boss just tells you the goals that you have, or you need to follow like a syllabus or a calendar or something else. Great, all of those count, but be thinking when you're in an academic environment, you have these busy times, and then we end a semester, and then busy semester, and then we end. Be thinking, what kind of goals are you going to accomplish in there? Stuff like I always like to try to figure out things that I'm not doing very well at. What could I do in this semester to make this better, or this academic year to make myself better? And maybe I'm planning this semester to sign up for a class, or maybe I'm reading a book or going to some CTL programming. Add that into your calendar. That would be fun. And also just be thinking about the other things that you want to make sure that you're accomplishing, because not everything that you need to do is going to be available through your calendar or through your regular schedule. Sometimes you have new things. So I sent you some of the material that I had given to students 2 weeks ago on their own time management, and I included a Gantt chart. I believe I sent all of you a Gantt chart last week. If not, let me know. I will give you a Gantt chart, or just Google for one, and you'll be able to find them online. They're so great for helping you set goals and just really making sure that you're being realistic with them. If you're anything like me, when I write out my to-do list, it tends to be, pages long. There's no possibility that in a week I could accomplish my to-do list for today. And I mean, that's silly. Obviously, that's silly of me. So I'm working on trying to be more realistic with my goal setting. If you also struggle with that, be more realistic in your own goal setting. All right, let's briefly, I'm going to share my screen here, and we are going to look at some of the optional readings that you could have looked at for this topic. I will also put them in the notes down below in this video. All right, so I think this is kind of aimed at like K-12 teachers, but I mean, a good idea is a good idea. It doesn't really matter who the intended audience was. I liked this. Now, I'm somebody who I've taught management for years and years, and so using SMART goals is not new to me, but if you haven't heard of it, then it's new to you. This is how you want to think about making your goals. So this does put in some goals that you might want to use maybe as you're thinking about how you're going to teach, or thinking about how you're going to work with your students, fostering a love of reading among your students. I'm just going to say you've got a librarian right here. I'm available. I can help out. These don't have to be your goals, but they're just examples of goals that you might want to think about for yourself, for your classes, for your semester. All right, let's click over here. Our next one is goal setting for professors at all levels. And I know it says professors. This is for anyone. You do not have to be a titled professor, instructor, whatever. You be you. But just give the ideas of setting those realistic goals. Again, everyone talks about SMART goals, except if they're talking about smarter goals. And if you want to talk about that, please just come find me. I'm not going to scroll through the whole thing because I know it makes people dizzy sometimes. So keep in mind, you can just check over here and you can see all of the goals that you want to accomplish. Honestly, I think sometimes it's not even so much the specific goals that you set, it's the idea that you're thinking about what you need to accomplish and what you want to accomplish. So I have to do these things. This has to get done. And I got this stuff up here that I'd like to get done. And you know what? The cherry on the top of that cake is if I could knock this out too. I've spent a lot of time and a lot of years consulting with different kinds of people and organizations about how to set their goals. So if you're thinking, I don't know, I'd kind of like to have a couple goals for this semester and you're not really sure where to start, talk to me. I'll come sit at your desk and I can bring candy and or snacks if that is helpful. All right, our final very short reading that we were looking at for today. Again, this says for professors. I don't, doesn't have to be that. Now, this does talk a lot about the specifics of uh, teaching, but I mean, it doesn't matter what you do here. Some of you are actually teaching in a class. Some of you are working with students in other things. Use these ideas to make the work that you're doing with students better. So you may not have a specific syllabus, but you're all going to have activities that you need to be scheduling. So think about how we can do that. Yeah, feel like remembering this about our students is probably always a good idea. We have students who are wonderful and talented and fabulous and, maybe not awesome at the going to school part, but I mean, who among us? I was not awesome at the going to school part. And look, here I am. All right. So that was a quick look, very quick. I'm trying to be short. I'm trying to be brief for you. Quick look at setting some of your goals for the academic year. Like I said, I mean, they could be like big, lofty, amazing things, or just, I want to get my shelves cleaned out. They actually look better. I worked on it last week, but it is on my to-do list that I want to make this look better. If you have some goals, whether they're big or they're small, or you just want goals and you just, I don't know, sometimes it feels intimidating to do these. Talk to me, send me an email, drop by the library. I'd love to see you here, but I will be happy to come to you too. It's fine. And we could just, bounce around a few ideas and help you to be awesome too. All right. Next session is talking about, let's see, we will be Wednesday, September 25th, 3 o'clock, and we will be talking about effective course design. So that probably is focused more directly on people who are teaching, but also, I mean, a lot of you may be interested in teaching someday, and even if that's not what you're doing at this moment, still drop by. I'll always be happy to see you. All right. Thanks so much. Talk to you later. Bye bye.